Artistic Gamer 7, and welcome back to some more Create a Sim. As you can already tell, this is going to be Among Us related, and I'm actually going to try to make a little game thing out of this, sort of, like a little fun thing that y'all can sort of guess around with and stuff like that, but I'll get to that later. But first, I would like to say that this series I have put a whole lot of work into, but it almost didn't happen. I created Red, this one here, which if I were to created Red the same time as the other colors, the setup would be a little bit differently. I had like more of a pattern of how I created the sim and such, with like the suits and things like that, trying to hide the sim and then reveal the sim as the blank slate, and then again sort of do a reveal after it's finished type deal. But when I made Red, I came up with the idea of just trying to create the colors, but when I first did it, I was like, do I want to do all the colors in the game, or only pick certain ones based off of a theme? But then I was like, in some ways that some of the colors would almost be just basically doing the rainbow challenge, which I want to do the rainbow challenge with all the occults, in a way, if that seems interesting, but I keep getting too many Create a Sim ideas, and there's some I want to do before others, but anyway, that's another story on its own. But yeah, so I wasn't sure for surely which direction I was gonna go with it. If I was just gonna do it for fun, or like, you know, try to make something like a more of a series of how I do the Pokemon to CAS series, where it's like a bigger thing and I try to put a little bit more effort into it and such. Wasn't really sure. Ultimately, in the end, I put quite a bit of effort in it, more than the Pokemon series, when it came to certain aspects of it. But there's a part of my brain, like, I don't do anything on my channel because it is the popular thing going around, or not. If I create a video on a game or talking about something, it's because I actually want to do that video. I want to play that game. And that game may be one of the least known games out there, or it may be currently the most known game out there. I don't really care either way. Like, I'm doing it, this is like a hobby and something fun for me. Yes, I want people to also enjoy the videos and come across of it and hopefully make someone out there smile on a bad day or something like that, but that doesn't mean that I'm purposely going to do like stuff that is majorly popular. I'm not necessarily going to do that. But I like Among Us, even though Among Us is a very popular one. I actually really enjoy Among Us. I like watching videos of it. I liked playing it and stuff. I think it's a little simple, fun game that is fun to play with a bunch of people and entertaining to watch and stuff. And I sort of wanted to bring a little twist of it in Sims. If you've watched some of my videos here on my channel that are Sims related that also bring in other games, you know I like doing that. I like bringing aspect of other games and different things like that into Sims somehow, whether it's through Create a Sim or trying to replicate a build or something from it, or, you know, telling us part of the story or something that has part of those characters. Whatever it may be, I like bringing stuff from other games and shows and things that I enjoy and like into Sims to show, basically Sims has a lot of things you can do with it creatively and things like that, and I just like meshing some of my favorite things together. Now, obviously, when I go play Pokemon, other than naming my Pokemon after stuff, I can't necessarily bring other games into it. Same with most games out there. But when it comes to these type of games where you have some creative freedom to them and you can play around and have fun with it, you sort of can mash some of your favorite games together. So I like doing that. But anyway, that's getting to the point of this. I was hesitant to actually do this series at first because there's a part of my brain that overthinks things way, way too much. And though I do whatever videos I sort of want to do, and, you know, ones I know that I'll enjoy recording, I still overthink things sometimes. There's certain Sims that have went out on my channel that I'm afraid that someone's going to nitpick something about it, that I think they're going to find something negative when there was no negative intentions behind making the Sim, but somehow they will find something about that Sim that is bad, or that house that is not right, because I may have misspoken and said that I was going for modern when I'm really bad at knowing different types of houses, and there's almost nothing about the house modern, and then they're gonna pick apart I overthink these things. And when it comes to games that are really popular at the time, sometimes I am afraid that if I randomly just join that game community or start recording that game for myself or bring an aspect of that game into The Sims and record a video for it, that people are going to think that I'm just doing it to try to get popularity so that I can put that game's name in a title or the hashtag or whatever so that it will be seen more. That is not the purpose. I genuinely like Sims. I genuinely like Among Us. I thought this would be a fun idea, but I was hesitant because of that reason. So, anyway, I am making Red's video a little bit longer. The rest of them probably will not be this long. At least they definitely shouldn't be. One, because I had more directions where I was going towards them, except for some of them, you know, I get a little too overly creative. That may be some issues, but I also didn't speed this one up as much as I would some of the others, so that I have time to explain things for this video. So, ultimately, even though I was hesitant to do this at first, I eventually decided to do it, and I went full on. So, I actually wanted to make, like, almost a little thing that y'all can interactively do or play with, and if most people do know what Among Us is, but if somehow you're someone who does not, it can happen. I am someone who's very unaware of things all the time, so I know. I am out of touch with a lot of things. But it is a little game where you have, like, a group of people, and one or two of them are usually imposters. I'm pretty sure the max amount of people that play at one time is 10, even though there's 12 colors, which gives you freedom to pick things if you have a full party of 10 anyway. So, and you try to figure out who the imposters are. The imposters are technically killing you off. You can vote to knock them out of the ship if you think they're imposter, but, you know, you never know if they actually are imposters sometimes unless you actually caught them in the act. So it's all about deceiving and communication and figuring things out, and also trying to get tasks done at the same time. So I thought it'd be a little fun if I actually made some of these Sims technically imposters, but you get a chance to guess which ones are. Since I did all 12 of the original colors, I also did 6 colors that is a popular suggestion for colors. I don't think they've ever been confirmed. I know 1 or 2 of them in particular have been talked about a lot. So I did add them, and it's one of the most common, like, images I see for suggested colors added onto it along with the original colors. So I added them, and so that makes a total of 18 Sims. So going with the rule, usually the top, you have at most 10 crewmates, 10 people playing, and there's usually 2 imposters. Trying to stick with a similar ratio, there's actually 4 imposters I have created amongst these Sims. So I have tried to not make it too obvious, but I have made little clues here and there that may help you determine which ones are crewmates and which ones are imposters. You can feel free to guess throughout the videos which ones are imposters and which ones are crewmates. I also am making one big, well, it's not big, it's going to be like 8 minutes or so, video that will show after the series ends to actually reveal who the imposters actually were. And on top of that, with that video, I'm actually going to cut that video up into like 25-30 second pieces and attach them onto the end of each Create-A-Sim. So basically, each Create-A-Sim, you get a little more and more of the story that's going on in between that. It's like them walking around the Skeld, which I downloaded off the gallery. I meant to write down the person's name, but I will definitely include it in the description below. Who I went and found this on the map. It didn't have the Star Wars pack. A lot of them I was finding needed the Star Wars pack. I don't have the Star Wars pack. I might eventually get it, but I definitely wanted to be on 50% off or more before I even think of getting it. So, yeah, I'm waiting on that. But I will definitely include their origin ID plus what they fully named the ship down below, so that if you also want to download it for yourself, you can. I would definitely make sure before recording the rest of the voiceovers to actually write down the person's origin ID so I can actually say it in the videos. But thank you very much. If somehow that person comes across this video and you're watching it, thank you for making this map. It was really, really well made, and I really liked it, and I liked the fact that it didn't have the Star Wars pack, so thank you so much for making it so that I could actually record big chunks of this video. But yeah, with that video, it basically is going to have all the characters sort of walking around, doing tasks, sort of. Obviously, with Sims, it's limited. I can't necessarily always make them actually be doing something in the spots that a task normally would be. But yeah, so they're walking around doing things like that. So there are hints also in that video that may help you figure out who the imposters are. But I also may be trying to mislead you every once in a while. So just try to be aware, try to pay attention throughout the CAS video and on that little few seconds that you get at the end to fully tell maybe who the imposters are. I will let you know once Pink's cast comes out. Pink is going to be the last one. She is the very last character to come out, so you can make your final guesses on her video of who the 4 imposters are. Because I would be very intrigued to see if people can figure it out. I'm really hoping that this does well. Obviously, I'm not expecting 1,000 views, but I just want to see, like, if people can actually guess it. I really want to see. I thought it'd be fun to make this almost like a little game thing as well, so hope you really all are going to enjoy this series and things like that. And I hope you like how Red turned out. Again, I didn't have a format laid out for these videos just yet and didn't know which direction I was going when making him. But the rest of them I have more of a fine-tuned line of what I was doing for the videos. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Definitely make sure you like the video if you're enjoyed it and are looking forward to the series. Make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss any of the episodes coming out. I am going to be trying to make sure to get 2 of these out a week since I am doing like a little game thing with it. They should be out quite often throughout the next so many weeks so that they're closer together and it's easier to try to remember what you've seen from video to video or whatever. But yeah, so anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully. Bye bye!